I knew you was going to be a great governor in 2017.
Can we grab it?
I just want to let everybody know that you became great in 2022. So could you let my viewing audience know the importance of this election?
Yes.
And the fact that lie that the other guy been telling don't exist, that you freeing everybody to destroy America.
Well, first of all, Gator, thank you very much for having me on your show and also for being my friend. And I can just tell everybody that, you're getting all these fake newspapers, and all the rest of the media has recognized that these are fake newspapers. These are, attacks on, frankly, black and brown people, as well as attacks on me. And we're trying very hard to make sure everybody knows this is fake stuff. You shouldn't believe any of it. The fact is that I've got allies and friends all across the black and brown communities of Chicago and the state of Illinois. We're fighting for you, making sure that people don't get left out and left behind anymore. We're making the investments that people need. We're standing up for our criminal justice system and making it fairer. We're also making sure people are safe in their neighborhoods. We got to bring crime down, and we're working very hard to make sure that.
One of the things, staunch believer in criminal justice reform.
That's right.
Because I remember you spending $100 million or more to help free the wrongfully convicted.
Yep.
I just want to say, to God be the glory. That's my story. The Bradley Report. Vote, don't choke, because I got the president of the county board coming next.
Very good. Thank you so much, Gator.
Madam President.
Sure enough.
I want to say congratulations, because you push what's more important to Cook County, and that is the importance of unity. So could you explain to my viewing audience why you still the president and why you still the chairman of the Cook County Democratic Party?
Well, I listened to a speech that President Obama gave over the weekend.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the difference between Republicans and Democrats. And, we understand as Democrats that some people worship in churches and some in synagogues or temples. Some people worship in mosques, but we're all Americans.
Right.
And, some of us are black and brown, some of us are white. We're all Americans, right? Some of us have a lot, some of us don't have very much. A lot of us are struggling at this moment, but we're all Americans. And, unfortunately, there's only one party that believes that, right?
Right.
That's the Democratic Party,
right?
Because the Republican Party is focused on folks who are white and Christian. It's focused on the folks who are comfortable and having them have more while the rest of us struggle. It's a party that's denigrated immigrants, and this is a country of immigrants and formerly enslaved people. So, I believe that it's not a good idea to have only one party government. I believe in competition of ideas. But at this moment, we only have one reasonable party.
Yes, we do.
And, I think our voters have to remember that, However much we're discouraged by the conditions in this world, we got to understand that we have an obligation to vote, to exercise our franchise, and we need to be working for people we believe in and contributing to them.
I just want to say I love you more. Because you've done so much for me. You allow me to become a part of that I believe.
Well, thank you.
And that is the Democratic Party.
Well, thank you.
Love you.
Thanks. Good. All right.
All right. One thing I want to say, your greatness, your legacy, by the grace of God, I feel He put it in the right man's hand. What you feel about that, Ray?
I feel as though the Lord has spoken. I feel as though the people in the first district have spoken, and I'm for that. I think that he is going to be the greatest congressman that the first district ever had. All right, he's going to be greater than Oscar the Priest, greater than Bill Dawson, greater than Ralph Metcalf, greater than Harold Washington, greater than Bobby Rush, and greater than all of them. He's going to be the greatest congressman that the first district have ever had. I'm praying for that. I wish that I know that's going to happen. You know why I say that? Because if he is the greatest, then we are the greatest.
Right.
We are the greatest.
You know what? One thing I can say, Congressman, he chased me out the hall. What you doing in the hall of Congress, Gator? I'm going to see the Congressman.
Right, yeah.
What you doing in the cafeteria? But now, I'll be going there to see him.
See him, right.
And what I love about it, it was his dad that took me to the Oval Office to meet with the president.
Okay, all right.
And I was glad to let my children know
yeah.
the seriousness of me feeling comfortable with him being their leader.
Right.
Hey man, what you want to say besides that? Gator, you over 50 cents?
Love you, appreciate you, Gator.
Love you, man.
Appreciate your audience. I want to say a very special thank you to Congressman Rush, Uncle Bobby Rush, Bobby, Uncle Congressman Rush. It's all one. He's been a part of my family my entire life. He's been my congressman my entire adult life. And so I appreciate him. I thank him for his service. I thank him for the continuity in service. And I've got big shoes to step into and a great tradition to follow. So I ask for your prayers, and I'm going to try to do everything I can to make this district proud
And I'm gonna
continue his great work.
I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna leave it alone. If your shoes are too big, I'm gonna get you some scissors. You make sandwiches.
Yeah. Okay. See you
Love
soon,
you,
Gator.
man. All right,
Love
man.
you.
All right,
How you doing, man?
all right, man. Wallace Gator Bradley, and I'm the host of the Bradley Report. I got a friend here of mine, good, sick, outspoken buddy of mine, brother man. Give them the correct spelling of your name and let them know what you do.
Yes, sir. The correct spelling of my name is Lamont Ellaby. L-A-M-O-N-T. L-A-M-O-N-T. Last name Ellaby. E-double-L-E-double-B. That's E-L-L-E-B-B as in baby boy.
Right. You know, tell my viewing audience what you do and why we here to celebrate Jonathan Jackson.
Well, what I do is intertwined with why we're here.
Okay.
Because 33 years ago, I said I would die before I ever punch another clock. And once you find your identity and purpose in life, you'll operate and move in that direction. And you have to grow down before you grow up.
Right.
And Jonathan is deeply rooted like a tree.
Yeah, yeah.
And he never wavered. He never changed his identity. And he know who he is.
Right.
Because in a storm, the house is always gone and the tree is still standing.
Correct, correct.
And we're here today to celebrate and elevate him to help the community. Because so many people get elected, and it's not about the people once they get elected.
Correct.
We are guaranteed you can take that check to the bank and it won't bounce on what Jonathan Jackson is going to do for the state of Illinois.
Correct. You know, one of the things that's key, and I got to agree with you, in his mind, he had no plans to run for Congress. And I'm not knocking the other individuals that ran for Congress. Everybody got a right to run.
Yes, sir.
But when he saw the field, and by him knowing the ins and outs of Washington, and by his pedigree being a civil rights struggle, he knew that we didn't have the time for individuals to learn the understanding of what seniority is. He had to come, in my opinion, what was a ready-made seniority.
Absolutely. You know, when he came and spoke at St. John Missionary Baptist Church, that was his first stop.
Sure was.
With my pastor, Dr. Edward Davis Jr.
Right.
That was his first stop.
Yeah, it was.
And you can only be what's in you. And it was in him. He wasn't called. He was chosen by God.
Say it again, man.
He wasn't called. He didn't get a call from nobody. He was chosen by God because he's a humble servant.
Correct.
And he served his dad with humility. He served his brother with humility.
And his mom, for sure.
He served his mom with humility. And he's always taken a back seat. But he's always been a priority for the community.
Correct.
So he's overqualified. Because in our community, overqualified people don't get the job.
They don't.
And now we got an overqualified person that's going to get the job, and not just get the job, but
He gonna get it done.
He gonna get it done. And it's a difference in getting a job and get it done.
My man.
We elect so many people to get the job, but they never get it done.
Well, you know, like I say, the thing about it, your pastor, my brother, you know him like I know him. The way he explained Jonathan coming there and what Jonathan did for his dad was nothing but pure, unadulterated truth.
Nothing but the truth.
And all I want to say is, to God be the glory.
To God be the glory.
That's our story.
That's our story.
Thank you, man. Love you, man. It's Wallace Gator Bradley, and I'm the host of the Bradley Report. This young lady here, I know her, I love her, I honor, and I respect her. This is none other than my daughter, my only daughter. So, Africa, could you spell your name?
My name is Africa Bradley. That's Afrika Bradley, and I am a social service consultant. I have been in this business for the past 32 years. I have been helping marginalized communities and populations strive and achieve goals that they never thought that they could before learning about resources that were available in their communities. Thank you very much, and I'm glad that I was able to share that with you.
You know what? One thing I know, I'm glad that you came out and voted today. I'm glad that you came out and voted today. Could you let me know what the election of Jonathan Jackson to become congressman in the 1st Congressional District behind the legacy of Congressman Bobby Rush? Now, you know it was Jonathan Jackson's father that helped Congressman Rush when he was a Black Panther and they was trying to kill him. So could you let me know, I know you got to go, but let my viewing audience know why this election is so important to you.
Well, first and foremost, I believe that Jonathan Jackson is the man for the job because when we were toddlers at Operation Push, we were, the capacity of the building was filled with African Americans and all we could see was their kneecaps. But we have been a part of this movement for more than 50 years.
That's right.
And this did not just start with our generation, but this movement and the elevation of African American men and women have started years and years ago, and we're like the 4th generation.
Correct.
You know, my grandmother, Ruby Thurman, my grandfather, Roy Thurman, were pioneers and ancestors that helped with the breadbasket movement. So we have been a part of this for a very, very long time. So he's not really just talking and talking, he's talking and walking.
Right. Thank you. I love you more. So I'll still have to pay you that $1.50 for
Yeah,
this.
you do have to pay me.
What do you like about the job to do?
Well, I love being governor of Illinois in part because I want to make sure that our young people like you, that you get a really good education and that you're able to get childcare when you need it, and making sure that when you want to go to college, that you can go to college, right? We want everybody to go. I'd like to make it free, in fact, so that you could go to college. So those are some exciting things that I get to do. And of course, I have kids like you. They're a little bit older than you are, but I'm working hard to make sure that everything for their generation and for your generation is as good as it could possibly be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
We got one more. This is the Lieutenant Governor right here.
We
yeah.
met early.
Y'all met that?
Now you have the microphone. Oh,
Yeah,
you are
she's
actually
doing
doing
the
the interview. Okay.
What do you do What do you like about your job too?
What do I like about my job? Well, first of all, I get to work with the best governor in the entire country, J.B. Pritzker. So that's awesome to be able to do that every day. But also what I like about my job is that I get to travel all over Illinois and meet great people like you and think about how we can make the state better, how we can make your future better and stronger. And also I get to be interviewed by amazingly brilliant young people. And I think that's what's happening right now. Yeah.
My name is Layla.
Layla?
Yeah.
That's a pretty name. My name's Mariana. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
I'm a commissioner at the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. Do you know what that is? So we're a countywide agency that treats wastewater and manages stormwater to prevent flooding so that water doesn't go in people's basements. That's what we do.
Okay. Do you like the job?
I love the job. So it's an elected position, so that's where we're here on election day. I'm hoping that people vote, and I've been doing it for 10 years. And we use things like green infrastructure, which means we use rain gardens and a surface that absorbs storm water so rain doesn't go in the streets and cause problems for people. And all the stuff that goes down your sink, in your toilet, in your shower, we take care of all that. We clean it up at our treatment plants. So we've been doing that. The agency's been around for almost 130 years doing that.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Nice to meet you, and don't forget to tell everyone to vote.
Okay. This is from the Bradley Report. Thank you so much for watching.